All right, bugs and owls, we are going to work on the back side of 6-7. So we're going to do problems 4, 5, 6, and 7. And when you look at this paper, you'll notice that there's no comparison bars. So the very first thing I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to stop this video and create those comparison bars. All right, so we know that the big bar is going to be a rectangle. Underneath that, you're going to make a square, you're going to make a circle, and you're going to put a line so we can label this bar and a line so we can label this bar. And you'll see that I did it for all the problems. We know we have to be super neat in math. So go ahead and stop this video and make those bars for me. All right? Okay. Hopefully you made those bars. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you set up the information, but I am going to ask you to solve the problems without me today. So let's get started. Let's look at number 4. Number 4 says Zach scores 5 goals. John scores 8 goals. So when we look at this, just at that information, we already know what each boy has done. So that means we know this information already. Your job is to figure out who's going to go in the top bar, who's going to go in the bottom bar. And we know that John scores the most. So it's going to be J here. And he scored 8 goals, which means Zach, he scored less. So it's going to be 5. So what are we looking for in this problem? We are looking for the difference. And that's what the question is. How many more goals does John score than Zach? We know he scores more. How many more? So you're going to solve for that, and you're going to put it here. Number 5. There are 11 cars and 19 trucks on the road. How many fewer cars are there than trucks? So think about that. What do we know? We're talking about cars and trucks. 11 cars, 19 trucks. Well, 19 is the bigger number. So we know that 19 will go here, and that's the trucks. And there are 11 cars. So we are solving for that difference. And sure enough, that's what it says in the question. How many fewer cars? So that's what you're solving for. And it's going to go here. And don't forget to use this word in your label. Next, number 6. I see 8 more lilacs than roses. I see 9 roses. How many lilacs do I see? So we don't know how many lilacs there are. Okay, that's what we're solving for. So that means we're solving for one of these, but we don't know which one. So let's go back to the problem. The top. I see 8 more lilacs than roses. So if you see 8 more lilacs, lilacs must be the bigger number because you see lilacs, but you see 8 more than roses. So this is going to be where lilacs are. This is going to be where roses are. Do we know how many roses? Yep, right here. I see 9 roses, which means we do know the difference. And the difference is right here. I see 8 more lilacs. So that's where the 8 is going to be. So your job is to figure out how many lilacs, and that's what's going to go here. Next, number 7. Ken has 3 fewer balls than Meg. Meg has 10 balls. How many balls does Ken have? So we're talking about Ken and Meg. We got to figure out which letters will go here, and we're talking about balls, and that's what's going to go here. Start at the beginning. Ken has 3 fewer balls than Meg. So if Ken has 3 fewer, that must mean Meg has more. And if Meg has more, she's going to have to be the top bar. Ken will have to be down here. Okay, do we know how many balls Meg has? Right here. Meg has 10 balls. Do we know how many balls Ken has? Ken has 3 fewer balls than Meg. We don't, but we do know he has 3 fewer balls, and we know that that must be the difference, which means we're trying to figure out how many balls Ken has. So that's what you're going to figure out, and that's what's going to go here. So I want you to stop the video and figure out what the answers will be, and then you can turn this back on and see if you got what I got. So go ahead and shut the video off. All right? Figure it out and turn it back on, and I'll show you what the answers are. Okay. Hopefully you have what I have. How many goals does John have than Zach? Remember, this is what we were figuring out. And I know that this is right because 5 plus 3 is 8. Or if you start with 8 and you take away the 5 that you know, you get 3. So the answer was 3 more goals. In question number 5, it says, how many fewer cars are there than trucks? So again, we needed to figure out what the difference was. And this one's hard. We don't have 19 fingers to do a takeaway problem. So let's just count on. Let's start with 11. Keep that in your head. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And you should have gotten 8. So there were 8 fewer cars. How many lilacs do you see? We didn't know how many lilacs there were. We did know this much, right? So if we add 9 plus 8, we should have gotten 17 lilacs. Down here, we were looking for how many balls does Ken have? And that was right here. This is what we weren't sure about. So we can take 10, take away 3, and we get that 7. Or we can count on and go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Either way, we get that 7, and that means 7 balls for Ken. So this is what you should have. If something didn't seem right, see if you can go back and make some changes. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go and find the homework that goes with 6-7, and that's what I'd like you to do. Remember, there's the remembering side, and then there's the homework side. The homework side will have comparison bars, and I want you to try and do those on your own. Good luck.